Good morning, golfers, and welcome to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY and upnorthsportsradio.com. You can go to upnorthsportsradio.com and see all of this year's season so far. We're going to start today with J.R. Roth, one of the teaching professionals at the Boyne Golf Academy. Of course, Boyne being one of our big sponsors of the year. Hey, J.R., how's it going at the Academy?
It's going great. It's been busy. We're down
Yeah.
at the mountain this week with our junior golf camp. So having a little lunch right now, and we're going to go out to the golf course after our morning session. Got 11 kids. They're just having a blast.
Yeah, I was out there last year when you guys were doing the camp, and man, these kids are getting good.
Yeah. Well, they're learning early and they're getting some professional direction, and they're putting a little bit more emphasis on being athletes, and they're being encouraged to play other sports at an early age so that they can develop their coordination and their skill sets. And then by the time they're 14, 15, 16, 17, they're picking out their passion.
Yeah, I know how busy you are because not that I prefer Joe over you, but I tried to get Joe on and he's just too busy. So,
Yeah. No, we're all busy up there. It's just kind of a reflection of what golf is up in northern Michigan and Boyne country in particular.
since we're talking about you and teaching, you also are still playing a lot of competitive events. How's that been going this year? And I know you're getting ready for the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, not too bad. I went to the U.S. Senior Open, didn't play very well, but had a great experience. And at our Michigan Senior Open last week, finished in the top 10, but struggled the first round and shot under par the second round. So, um,
Where was that at,
not up to
JR?
my.
Where was the Michigan
That was
State?
at Bedford Valley.
Okay.
We used to, my very first Michigan Open was 51 years ago at that golf course. I was 16 years old.
Wow.
And, we've been playing the Senior Open there now for several years, and it's kind of full circle for me.
Yeah, the Senior Open was at Broadmoor, right?
It was.
That
Yeah, out
looked
west.
that looked harder than hell.
It was a lot of fun. It was very good golf. It was difficult golf for sure. Um, I didn't get there till Wednesday morning, about 4 a.m. in the morning. So it was a challenge for me to get prepped because my flight out of Traverse City didn't get out in time. And anyways, it is what it is. But that was my seventh U.S. Senior Open, and I appreciate playing in all of them.
Yeah, the man, I watched a lot of that tournament. It looked like the elevation, the weather, everything else. That was a collection of hardest to hit fairways I think I've ever seen in a Senior Open.
Yeah, just because the golf course is in the side of a mountain. The front nine was basically all uphill, and the back nine was all downhill, with a few holes that kind of traversed sideways. So you had a lot of fairways that were cambered one way or the other, and it made it a little more difficult. We got a lot of rain early in the week, so that made it actually, believe it or not, a little easier.
Right.
Um, Fairways played a little bit larger, wider, but it was a difficult walk for sure.
And nobody was making a lot of putts either. Everybody said, the greens were just so hard to read.
Yeah, once again, the mountain effect, and if something looked flat, it really had some break to it, or it was really more downhill or uphill, depending on where the monument was up on the mountain that we were looking at. So there was a little bit of local knowledge there that everybody was kind of privy to. But a golf course like that, you really need to play several times to get a
Yeah.
feel for how to play it.
And speaking of playing, so you got the Tournament of Champions next week. Sounds
Yep.
like your game kind of rolling into shape a little bit. What do you hot? And you're playing on golf courses you're super familiar with. So how do you feel?
Yeah, no, I feel good about it. I've had a lot of success on the Alpine, and we used to play the Monument, but now exclusively it's the Alpine, and very comfortable. It's like a home course, like a home game. So,
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of good young players in this state right now that are playing some good golf and playing at a high level, and they'll be around. And those are the ones that you really are doing battle with. So, we might have 100 players, but there's about 10 or 12 guys that are really, really playing some elite golf. So I look forward to the challenge. At my age, I'm on the back nine, but I still love the competition.
I know you do. Paul and I talk about it all the time. But one thing very interesting about the Tournament of Champions, especially last year, because I was covering it a little bit, is that the young guys seem, uh, you know, they handicap themselves by continuing to hit the ball, hit driver too many times, put themselves in a lot of bad positions. Alpine is not a course you can easily just overpower.
That's true because there are a lot of tree lined fairways and length, even from the back tees at the Alpine, I can handle the length, but the kids certainly don't need driver most of the time. I would imagine some of those guys like Otto, Black, probably only hitting driver, gosh, maybe 4 or 5 times even.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. If the putter gets hot, you never know what Roth's going to do.
You never know. Never say never.
Never say
I'm not. I'm
never.
not too. I'm not too old to win.
And I know you want to get back there, back into your tie.
Yes, sir.
Who you tied? What's this?
Scott Hebert. Yeah.
Scott Ebert. Yeah,
Yep. He won.
Scotty's
He
now
won
got
the.
19, right?
Uh, I think he's got 18. I've got 17. Something like that. That's a battle that we'll probably take to our grave.
Which is a long time from now. When
Yeah,
we
I hear you.
when we come back, we're going to pick J.R. Ross' brain a little bit on what you might be looking at from a improvement standpoint and lesson standpoint. Now that the golf season is halfway through, I also want to talk to J.R. about the PGA Tour season, which has been more than fascinating. All that and more here on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by pxggolf.com. It's time to check in with our good friends at PXG Golf. I'm with Lindsay Wirt, who is the Senior Vice President of Design.
Yes, the apparel division. That's
Yeah,
correct. Nice to see you, Jerry.
nice to see you, Lindsay. We were talking a little bit off air, and I had no clue how deeply PXG has gone into the apparel side of golf as much as the club side. In fact, when you go to the store, it kind of you guys got more more things to wear than you have clubs to swing.
Yes, that's true. It's been growing exponentially. I mean, since really started in 2020 when I arrived and we started building the team, and every year has been exponential growth. It's been so exciting to see.
Um, yeah, you have a serious background in design, working with some of the big fashion houses in New York.
Mhm.
How did that kind of switch into, active wear?
Yeah. Well, yes, I've been lucky in my career. So I'm a native Arizonan from Scottsdale. Went to ASU with business degree and left for fashion school in Florence, Italy at Polimoda.
Wow.
Didn't think I would come back to Arizona just because there's no apparel companies,
I
right?
would have
And
never left Florence.
yeah, one of the biggest mistakes, right? That's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
And so, I moved straight from Florence to New York City and did the whole, internship start with Zach Posen, and luckily landed some work after that. Mostly my background's in sales and wholesale. I worked at many great companies in New York, from Alexander McQueen, a
Right.
contemporary brand called Sachin and Bobby, and then back to Zach Posen, and then most recently my last position was at Kiki de Montparnasse, which is like luxury lingerie and lounge. So what a jump from that to golf wear after. But it's funny. So it was 2020, living in New York City. The world was in a weird place, and my husband and I were looking to new opportunities. We were open to leaving New York. And fortuitously, a recruiter had reached out to me, seeing if I knew anybody who would be interested in a VP of apparel position in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I was like, what company is in Scottsdale, Arizona? Because of course, my whole family's there,
Right.
from there. And so I knew of Bob Parsons, of course, being from Arizona. Um, Not knowing much about the golf world, I did not hear about PXG before. So dove in right away. Learned that, of course, Renee Parsons was behind the apparel division, and read a lot of articles of what she was after. And I immediately was interested, because she was, looking for a brand to start a brand that really was versatile, had fashion forward aesthetic, but performance and innovation at the helm. And really, she spoke a lot in meeting her finally. It really was, we spoke a lot about, I remember our first conversation was about women in golf, and how much opportunity she saw there. And she herself is an avid golfer.
Right.
She just was like, I don't have anywhere to shop with the stuff that I want to wear. She's like, I want to look sharp and feel good on the course, but I want to be able to, like, with the change of a shoe, go to après golf with my girlfriends, go to the clubhouse,
100%. Yeah.
go on to dinner, maybe out, at a restaurant. And it's just really, I want it to be like, many endeavors. Women are so busy, with so many different active endeavors. She could wear this also to tennis or to yoga or running errand. It's just, we're just busy. And so that's what hooked me. That's what excited me. And really getting into, like, sports fashion excited me because there are so many innovative fabrics and, things that I really was interested in learning about and expanding my knowledge on. And so that's really what started our connection, that the discussion on women.
Yeah, I can't wait to dive a little bit deeper into that. Our segments are only 3 minutes, so we're going to continue our
Yeah.
discussion with Lindsay Wirt from PXG Golf in next week's episode. So stay tuned here for more Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by pxggolf.com.
Michigan's Magnificent 11 might be your ultimate golf experience. 11 distinct spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, including the new 9-hole short course, Dune Bray. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in the United States in USA Today's Reader's Choice 2025. So visit BoyneGolf.com today and book your ultimate golf experience. That's BoyneGolf.com.
North Bloomfield Properties can remove the work of owning an investment property and give you more time to relax and enjoy Northern Michigan with family and friends. Their full-service approach handles all the advertising, cleaning, maintaining, and repairing of your rental home. You can trust them to take care of all the details. Don't cut your weekends short. Let North Bloomfield Properties take care of your downstate rentals. Call now and get your weekends back. 248-366-8484 or visit northbloomfield.com.
Grandview Golf Club in Kalkaska has set the standard for the best value golf in northern Michigan. Grandview has all the amazing golf vistas you expect from pricey resorts without the pricey. Immaculate greens and fairways are calling. Visit GrandviewGolfNorth.com to play your new favorite track. The newly renovated clubhouse with full bar and simulators is just about ready to host your group for an A-plus golf experience. GrandviewGolfNorth.com. Northern Michigan is home to many outstanding golf courses, but sometimes you crave the experience of playing a true legend. Whether it's Pinehurst, Streamsong, Whistling Straits, Pebble Beach, or even the old course at St. Andrews, TVC Cherry Capital Airport can get you there comfortably and conveniently with 7 airlines and 20 nonstop flights. World-class golf is more accessible than ever when you start your journey at tvcairport.com. Then set off to play the course of your dreams.
You just have to play it to believe this golf experience. Cedar Valley in Cummins and the Pines at Fairview. Cedar Valley has a challenging yet playable 18-hole championship course, while the Pines at Fairview is a flat-out fun 9-holer. Visit experiencecedarvalley.com to book your group or personal tee times. Join a league or plan to visit the beautiful RV park and seasonal amusement park to make it a family getaway that's more than just golf. You're going to thank us for recommending experiencecedarvalley.com.
The new owners at Black Bear Golf Club in Vanderbilt invite you to experience all the changes and renovations they've made since last year. The course is open and in great shape. Enjoy the 2 new simulators and a comfy bourbon bar. Visit blackbeargolf.net. You'll find a revamped course with new bunkers and 550 new sprinkler heads. Conditions have never been better. The family owners have put in thousands of hours and dollars and are excited to host you at the new Black Bear.
If you haven't been to a PXG store, you are missing out. Every location is equipped with state-of-the-art fitting bays, the full lineup of our game-changing golf clubs, an incredible selection of PXG apparel, golf bags and accessories, and personal service that is absolutely second to none. The best part? It's a ton of fun. Come see us and find out what PXG can do for your game. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY and upnorthsportsradio.com. Brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. J.R. Roth, teaching instructor at the Boyne Golf Academy. J.R., you guys are busy all year long, but obviously we have a weird, not a weird golf season, but a very segmented golf season in the state of Michigan. And now I'm imagining that you're getting people up talking about the things they're not doing well. Is there a consistency to that? Most people just don't like their ball striking, or they want more distance, or are you getting more people talking about putting?
Well, it's really kind of all the above. One of the questions that we as instructors like to ask our students is, why are they coming to see us, right? Is it just that they want to improve the score on their scorecard, or is it a particular aspect of their game that needs some help? So we can kind of take the direction of the session from that. Most people like to focus on their full swing, and there's nothing wrong with that. The most important shot in golf is really your driving swing off the tee, and then probably your approach into the green is second most important. But where amateurs can really pick up a lot of strokes on the scorecard is from about 30 to 50 yards and in.
Sure.
And unfortunately, we don't give enough lessons in that area of the golf game. So, what I tell people is one of the most important stats you can keep is whether it's 30 or 50 yards in, are you getting the golf ball on the green with one swing? So that means out of a bunker, that means in the rough, that means from the fairway, that means with a chip, a pitch. How many times during the round are you not getting the ball on the green in one stroke? And most of the time, the reason why they're not doing that is they're not finding the ground in the right spot.
Right.
So they're not able to control hitting the ball first and then the ground, whether it's with a 7-iron on a little chip or whether it's with a sand wedge off the fairway. And so a lot of our sessions kind of focus on finding the ground first. And that's a big deal. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's something I've been working on the last 3 times I've just gone out to the range. I find that it's for me, a little, mostly ball position. That, I've got to bring that ball back just a little bit farther in my stance and then get used to hitting that particular three-quarter shot and hitting the ground and the ball right at that same impact point.
Yeah. And, a quick thing you can do is you take a couple of tees and you put them perpendicular. You line them up perpendicular to the direction you want the ball to go in. Maybe line them up about a foot apart. And just practice taking little short strokes, whether it's a chipping stroke or a pitching stroke or a half wedge stroke, and finding the ground ahead of that imaginary line between the tees. Because if you can't do it without a golf ball there, you can't really expect to do it with a golf ball there, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that you'd find out is to create that interaction with the turf ahead of those tees. You really need to find a ball position that's closer to the middle or to the right foot. And you need to put a little bit of weight on that forward leg as you're swinging through towards the ground. So those two things are really important in terms of interacting the club with the turf.
We're seeing a little bit more and more of this now cross-handed chipping. I know that VJ was doing it out there at the Broadmoor. A couple other seniors were doing that cross-handed chipping, and Matthew Fitzpatrick's doing it too. Any thoughts on that at all?
Well, again, you're keeping the handle of the golf club ahead and kind of leading the club face and the leading edge into the turf, and so that promotes that a little bit versus just kind of throwing the club at the ball and letting the club head get ahead of the ball and losing that shaft lean in the direction of the target. So, and a little bit too with those guys, probably Fitzpatrick and VJ, a little bit of nerves kind of creep in and they get the heebie-jeebies.
I just think, I think I've got it worked out. It's about repetition, and I know you are one of those teaching pros that is, spend more time with your short clubs. Don't go to the driving range and hit driver all day long.
Yeah. Again, even though the two most important shots in golf statistically are the drive and the approach, the easiest, fastest, quickest way you're going to take strokes off your scorecard is around the greens and specifically 30 to 50 yards and in. So I would ask golfers to take a look at that first.
Well, I played with you enough to know that that's a big, solid part of your game. You think about some of the really fine players, the Jim Furyk's of the world that didn't drive the ball at 300 miles long, but got up and down from. I mean, that's really the hallmark of any professional golfer is you guys just get up and down from everywhere. I mean, I might drive the ball better. I have driven the ball better than you. You still end up scoring better than I do because you know how to get the ball in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's technique. It's knowing how to use your clubs, keeping the ball a little bit closer to the ground than just putting a wedge in your hand all the time and flipping it up into the air and taking more risk on than you need to take.
The last thing is, Scotty Scheffler is a pretty damn good chipper of the ball, pretty damn good driver of the ball. Have you ever seen a guy that is this together all the way through the bag?
Well, it's like we were just discussing at lunch with one of the other academy coaches here. Scotty is simply playing so much better than everybody because his bad golf is so much better than everybody else's bad golf.
There you go.
Right. DeChambeau shoots 78 the first round, lights it up the last 3 rounds, and Scheffler still beats him by 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And I guess the point I make is if those of you out there listening and watching want to improve, you have to improve your bad golf. Your good golf's as good as probably any of your buddies, but the reason why they play better than you most of the time, and the reason why Scheffler is playing better is his bad golf might be even par, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
DeChambeau's bad golf last week resulted in 78.
78.
So there's a difference between winning and losing.
Well, yeah, it's not a
So
3-round
figure out
tournament.
why you play.
Yeah.
Figure out why you play bad golf. Go get an instructor to help you out and improve your bad golf. Don't improve your good golf.
How much do you think that has to do with practice, and how much do you think it has to do with intelligent course management, JR?
A big deal with intelligent course management, maybe smarter practice habits.
Okay.
And of course, repetition is going to be your friend in that case too. Instead of playing 3 times a week and not practicing, maybe you play once a week and practice 2 times a week.
Well, the most
Except when you're at Boyne, then you want to play.
Well, that's the wonderful thing. People are coming up, taking lessons at the Boyne Golf Academy with J.R. Roth, Joe Charles, and the gang up there, and getting a chance to play the great golf courses in northern Michigan. Just going back, one last thing about Scotty. I think if you've been paying attention for the last few years, the biggest improvement is in his putting. 2 years ago, he hit the ball as well from tee to green as he is now, but he missed a crap ton of putts. And now he's the top 5 putter in the world, and that's strictly from spending more time working on his putting.
2 of the biggest putts he made on Sunday were back-to-back. He made 2 par putts from 15 and 16 feet.
Yeah.
Kept that round going. And, because he lost it a little bit with his full swing. He did make that double bogey early in I think the back 9. But, the damage was done. He had big enough lead where he could afford something crazy like that. But, again, your putter can kind of mask a little bit of the bad golf from tee to green.
No doubt about it. 1 putts will keep you in just about every match you have to play.
That's for sure.
Yeah. JR, how do people get in touch with you? I know you've been pretty busy, but as we get into August and September, your schedule opens up a little bit for lessons. So how do people book you?
Yeah, so if you go on our scheduling platform, it's called Schedule, and then you can look up the Boyne Golf Academy, and you can look up one of the instructors. I've got Joe Charles is our director of instruction. Bob Prang is another instructor. Dave McWhorter is our club fitter and
Master
golf
club
instructor,
fitter, yes,
and then
sir.
of course myself.
Yeah. J.R. Roth, I know you got to get back to the kids. Thanks for taking some time. I hope you got a chance to get a bite of lunch.
I did. Thanks.
I'll see you soon. We got to play again before the end of the year.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, we'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by pxggolf.com.
If you haven't been to a PXG store, you are missing out. Every location is equipped with state-of-the-art fitting bays, the full lineup of our game-changing golf clubs, an incredible selection of PXG apparel, golf bags and accessories, and personal service that is absolutely second to none. The best part? It's a ton of fun. Come see us and find out what PXG can do for your game. PXG, you've never played like this before.
El Dorado Golf Course is the best golf experience in Wexford County. Don't just admire the beautiful course and clubhouse as you drive by on Highway 131. Tee it up now. El Dorado's pristine course is rated top 25 in the nation by Golf Pass Now subscribers for conditioning and friendly staff. Weekdays, El Dorado is just $75 with cart and $89 on the weekends. 9 holes, just $55 any day of the week, and plan to get lunch or dinner in the clubhouse. Visit golfeldorado.com. Iron Pig Smokehouse offers 2 exciting dining experiences in Gaylord. The original Main Street location has fantastic fresh-made barbecue, and the Otsego Lake location on Old 27 offers all the same barbecue delights, plus an incredible menu that includes appetizers and pizza. The Otsego Lake location is open for breakfast every day with delicious favorites like bagels and lox or biscuits and sausage gravy. See everything at ironpigsmokehouse.com or on Facebook and enjoy.
Twin Birch Golf Club in Kalkaska is preparing for a spectacular golf season, and you should too. The Twin Birch Clubhouse restaurant has quickly become a local favorite with a lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch menu full of classic favorites. made with the freshest ingredients. See all the affordable membership options at twinbirchgolf.com or save even more when you purchase Twin Birch Golf at qdealsmi.com. qdealsmi.com. See one of Northern Michigan's greatest golf values at twinbirchgolf.com. The championship layout at Sugar Springs Golf Course is a must-play. Designed by Jerry Matthews, Sugar Springs is nestled between West Branch and Gladwin. Country club conditions, fantastic greens, and exceptional value make Sugar Springs a one-of-a-kind playing experience. Michigan Golfer ranks it top 25, and Golf Digest gives Sugar Springs 3 stars. If you're looking for a new golf course to break up your routine, book around at sugarsprings.net. They guarantee it won't be your last. sugarsprings.net.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of Northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY and upnorthsportsradio.com. Jerry Coyne is at Gaylord Golf Club with my old partner, Dean Bach, and PXG Pro Fitter Joe Glass. Dean's had, how old are your sticks, Dino?
20 years old. 20 years old. You know, I used to play them well and play well with them when I threatened to get new ones, but not anymore.
I've been playing with Dean for years, and for years I'm like, time to get new clubs. And finally, with all the stuff we've been doing with PXG, Joe got you hooked up with JT out here at Gaylord Golf Club, right in Dino's neck of the woods. So I think it's time for that upgrade.
I'm in.
Yeah. The other cool thing is Dean is ex-military, so you get to apply for the discount program that PXG has.
Nice.
So, yeah, our Heroes program, it's offered for active or retired military, law enforcement, firefighter, teacher, or nurse.
All right.
So,
I fit in there somewhere.
Awesome. Perfect.
So Joe, Dino already warmed up a little bit. Did you already pull a couple of numbers on him?
Yeah, so we got some data. We kind of pull his speed numbers, his efficiency, smash factor rating, and then kind of look at the statistics of the ball flight. And from there, that was his product, and then we're going to go into and try some PXG product and see if we can improve on some of the statistics.
Yeah, just briefly, you brought a lot of product.
Yeah, we got it all for you.
So I think it's going to be a pretty accurate fitting, and you'll be really happy. Like I said, my Black Op driver, you know, it's not super that much longer than what my old driver was, but it has narrowed my miss like probably 50%, Joe. It's really cool.
And then we can start scoring better, play a better game, and enjoy the game.
Or give me less excuses.
Yeah. Keep it between the lines.
Yeah. Well, we are now here at rainy Gaylord Golf Club. Kind of an abrupt ending to Dino's fitting, but Dean, I think you got a pretty good idea of the quality of the PXG equipment.
I'll tell you, there's a definite difference in my 20-year-old Titleist CV whatevers to these EXP clubs. A definite difference in the club face, definite difference in the distance that I'm hitting the ball, and it's all for the better. So I'm looking forward to finishing this fitting and diving into some PXGs.
Well, maybe you have the same thought that I do, though, that the thing that I like best is, you know, the personal attention. Joe has obviously been doing this for a while. Joe, it usually takes you, what, about 10, 12 swings to kind of get an idea of what equipment's going to help improve your player.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of find their swing profile and, you know, find their common miss and work at making that common miss less.
I'm glad that you and I, you know, first met. That was an opportunity through my relationship here at Gaylord Golf Club, and I know you're floating around to a lot of different clubs. Where's the best place where people can find the schedule? You know, if they can't get down to the Troy Fit Lab and want to have it in their backyard like Dino did, where do they find where they can get a fitting
here in northern Michigan or on the west side of the state?
Yeah, so at pxg.com you'll be able to find the fitting schedule that is already up to date. We do fittings at Grand Traverse Resort a couple times a month, and Bucks Run in Mount Pleasant, and anywhere else that has interest. So.
Yeah, I know you're going to do Sugar Springs sometime in August. We don't have that date yet, and
yep.
So there you go. Maybe I don't want you to get the equipment. I still have a chance to be.
Too many Jaeger bombs. Do something to me. Just keep them coming.
Let's not talk about Jaeger bombs until the camera goes off.
All right.
All right, we'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways and FindingFairways.com, brought to us by PXGGolf.com.
Time to check in with our good friends at Boyne Golf. Ken Griffin is at beautiful Crooked Tree on a spectacular day. And as you mentioned in your notes, Ken, how lucky are we to live here?
I mean, where else can you have summer golf weather like this, and you can play from 6:30 in the morning till 10 at night? And remember, play doesn't mean you have to play 72 holes in that 14-hour window, okay? I mean, you can play 18, or you can play 18 and 9, and then you can go play off campus the rest of the day. So, I mean, just, wineries, lakes. I mean, Northern Michigan's got it all.
Harbor Springs, Petoskey, not like you don't have great dining venues yourself inside of Boyne, but 1 mile down the street, one of my all-time favorite places at Teddy Griffin's, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, our average temp, and we're supposed to get it for the next month. Thank goodness summer's finally here, but we're supposed to be mid-70s to mid-80s for the majority of the next, month. So just a great chance to get up here. If you haven't booked a chance, please take the time to do it and get up here. The courses are in immaculate shape. And in fact, talking about Northern Michigan, not just us, okay, but we were included, but Golf Digest recently named Northern Michigan one of the 6 best value summer golf vacations that you can experience. And they called out the Traverse City area and the Petoskey area and the Gaylord area, but I specifically mentioning Bay Harbor Golf Club and the Highlands. No surprise to us, but I mean, just literally calling out all of Northern Michigan as a great place to go. And we all know that.
Yeah, it's probably 60-40, 70-30. The folks that come to Boyne, you have all the great assortment of courses, the Magnificent 11, but there's a lot of people that'll sneak out and play another great course that's not associated with Boyne. I don't think you guys get upset with that because the options are endless.
Well, and that's kind of why we have America's Summer Golf Capital. We want more people. There are 8 resorts and 26 courses in America's Summer Golf Capital. And it truly is because of the travel we get from Florida and Texas and California in here to play. But it's because of all the great golf in Northern Michigan. We always say we try and have some of the better golf, which makes us work really hard because we've got great competition out there for outstanding golf.
I was at Traverse City Airport on Sunday. And I swear to God on my life, half the people had golf clubs checking in or flying back home. So I know you guys and all the resorts up here are having record years for people traveling to Northern Michigan.
Yeah, for sure. It just seems to increase every year, which means those in Michigan are used to getting a late tee time. There are less availability. So, everybody in Michigan needs to get on the cycle probably if they want to come to Northern Michigan, it's maybe playing a little earlier. And it's also helped out our courses by the Donald Ross Memorial, us investing money over the last 3 years to not just update, but really renovate 6 holes. So a third of the course has been redone. And then you add into that Dune Bray, the new 9-hole course, and then the 65,000 square foot putting facility behind. I mean, everybody just keeps upping their game every year. It's not the same experience here that you had 10 or 12 years ago. So if you haven't had a chance to come up, we're all working hard to have the best golf experience available. And hopefully the listeners are seeing that too.
No, you and Steven and Bernie keep up in the game. I remember you telling me last year about the 10-year plan going forward. I mean, that's what continues to make Boyne so special.
Well, and there's a couple rewards. One reward is just like seeing families with kids and all ages, and some people, guys out after they've played 36, and they get some dinner on the slopeside patio, and then they go play Dunebray, and some of them with shoes on, and some of them with bare feet, and seeing them enjoy it. And it's those kind of things, and I mean, those are the things that lead to the kind of awards like the Highlands being the #2 golf resort in the USA Today poll, and Boyne Golf being the #1 golf destination. And then there is this other little component too. So, I mean, we talk about friends and social and playing with families, but there's a little thing called the Tournament of Champions coming up.
Oh yeah.
And the Pro-Am is this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So we've got a good field into it. And then, the big event, though, is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. You had to be a Michigan champion to play in it. There are certain, like 35 tournaments that qualify you, but it pits men and women, juniors and seniors, amateurs and professionals, all against each other. And we just put them on different tees and let them play. There's no handicap into this thing. You just play straight up. Sarah White, that's one of the gals we sponsor on the Epson tour and help out with. She's coming back. She told me
is she?
For Epson, and she did.
Okay.
She texted me this week. She goes, "I'm in for sure. I'll see you." And her goal was not to be top 10. She goes, "I want to win that event.
I want to win that thing." She can win it. She can hit it. Yeah, we've got JR on the program talking about it, and he likes his chances as usual. So it's going to be an exciting week at Boyne, not only for your visitors and your resort guests, but for all the great pros. Ken, we'll check in with you next week and find out who hoists the championship.
Thanks, Jerry. Really appreciate it.
All right, check everything out that we talk about on BoyneGolf.com. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio.
Michigan's Magnificent 11 might be your ultimate golf experience. 11 distinct spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, including the new 9-hole short course, Dunebray. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in the United States in USA Today's Reader's Choice 2025. So visit BoyneGolf.com today and book your ultimate golf experience. That's BoyneGolf.com.
Northern Michigan is home to many outstanding golf courses, but sometimes you crave the experience of playing a true legend. Whether it's Pinehurst, Streamsong, Whistling Straits, Pebble Beach, or even the old course at St. Andrews, TVC Cherry Capital Airport can get you there comfortably and conveniently with 7 airlines and 20 nonstop flights. World-class golf is more accessible than ever when you start your journey at tvcairport.com. Then set off to play the course of your dreams.
Twin Birch Golf Club in Kalkaska is preparing for a spectacular golf season, and you should too. The Twin Birch Clubhouse restaurant has quickly become a local favorite with a lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch menu full of classic favorites, made with the freshest ingredients. See all the affordable membership options at twinbirchgolf.com or save even more when you purchase Twin Birch Golf at qdealsmi.com. qdealsmi.com. See one of Northern Michigan's greatest golf values at twinbirchgolf.com.
You just have to play it to believe this golf experience. Cedar Valley and Cummins and the Pines at Fairview. Cedar Valley has a challenging yet playable 18-hole championship course, while the Pines at Fairview is a flat-out fun 9-holer. Visit experiencecedarvalley.com to book your group or personal tee times. Join a league or plan to visit the beautiful RV park and seasonal amusement park to make it a family getaway that's more than just golf. You're going to thank us for recommending experiencecedarvalley.com.
The championship layout at Sugar Springs Golf Course is a must-play. Designed by Jerry Matthews, Sugar Springs is nestled between West Branch and Gladwin. Country club conditions, fantastic greens, and exceptional value make Sugar Springs a one-of-a-kind playing experience. Michigan Golfer ranks it top 25, and Golf Digest gives Sugar Springs 3 stars. If you're looking for a new golf course to break up your routine, book around at sugarsprings.net. They guarantee it won't be your last. sugarsprings.net.
The new owners at Black Bear Golf Club in Vanderbilt invite you to experience all the changes and renovations they've made since last year. The course is open and in great shape. Enjoy the 2 new simulators and a comfy bourbon bar. Visit blackbeargolf.net. You'll find a revamped course with new bunkers and 550 new sprinkler heads. Conditions have never been better. The family owners have put in thousands of hours and dollars and are excited to host you at the new Black Bear.
Quit wasting time putting around and meet us at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan. Wild Bluff is a championship golf course with breathtaking views overlooking Lake Superior, with a full-length driving range, chipping area, and large putting green. Visit our fully stocked pro shop for featured golf apparel and equipment, or come to the loft to wine and dine like a pro. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Your fairway to heaven starts here.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio and upnorthsportsradio.com. Brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. Jerry Coyne is Zooming with Matt Phipps, who's the director of golf at beautiful Wild Bluffs Golf Course at Bay Mills in Brimley in the UP. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm not as good as you. I don't have an office that has a view like you guys have there at Wild Bluffs.
Yep, hard to beat the views here.
Yep. How's the season been going?
It's going good. Going good. Slow start with the weather was weird, even by UP standards this year. It was a little strange, but we finally got going there about mid-June. It kind of broke for good.
The lots of exciting things happening in Bay Mills completely. They're in the midst of completing that huge addition to the hotel that is just going to change everything for you guys.
Yes, that's going to be a big deal. New spa, 130-something new rooms, rooftop lounge, which would be really cool. That'd be overlooking the bay and the lake there. So yeah, they're moving right along with that.
Yeah, I've been following that online, and of course, and those rooms are going to have incredible views. The bay views are just going to be fantastic. Yep. But you know all about that, being out there at Wild Bluffs. The golf course is challenging. It really can be. What is the feedback that you've been getting this year? I know the course has been in incredible shape. I had some friends up there last month and were raving about it.
Yeah, nothing but good reviews so far. Again, got some complaints on the weather earlier in the year, but not much we can do about that. But yeah, golf course is great. Very green. We've had lots of rain this spring, so it's as green as it can be.
Talk about your thoughts on the course specifically, Matt. You've been there. How long have you been at Wild Bluffs now?
All total about 14 years. I was assistant pro for a short time, or not a short time, 6 seasons, and then left and came back. Been here another 7, so I'm going on year 14.
Yeah, so an avowed expert on the golf course. What's your best score there?
Actually 71, but that was not from the tips. We used to play the tips, nothing but the tips, and I think my best round back there was 74. Maybe
that's still a really good shot. No, I've seen your golf swing on that one little piece you did with for golf Michigan Golf Live.
Yeah, Bill Hobson. He didn't let me warm up at all for that whole deal. So I had to go hit a cold 4-iron for that little segment.
That's not an easy shot. Let's put it that way.
No, you can warm up all you want. That's still a hard shot.
But like I said, given that swing, it's not surprising. 74 is a good score there, man. From the tips, what does it play?
I'll take it. Yeah.
What is the distance?
We're right at 7,100 from if it's all the way tipped out there. It's just the way it's laid out. It's that front 9, those first 7 holes. Number 1's a short hole, but 2 through 7, you're talking about some length there. Hitting a long iron or even a hybrid from the tips into some of those greens is not an easy challenge.
Yeah, and number 1 is challenging too because you can't really hit driver there.
You can't, depending on the tee, but you're going to you got a lot of trouble into play if you do hit driver.
It got to be a well-placed drive at number 1. And you're right. The next few holes are long and challenging, and the two times I played it, I haven't really played it in the wind.
Yeah, that's it's challenging enough if the wind's not blowing, but if it's breezy, that stretch of holes, somehow the wind's always in your face somehow, even though they go opposite directions, some of them, but somehow I guess just swirling through the trees, it always seems to be in your face on those holes.
Yeah, and you had to walk uphill to school both ways.
Yeah, that's right.
I was looking at the calendar. You got quite a few events coming up. Some nice charity events. Uh, Describe some of those and see maybe some of our listeners might want to get involved.
Yeah, they're all for good causes. We've got several events. I got a list full that we do. Already done a bunch with several more to go. But all good causes, good fundraisers, mostly for local folks. We've got a couple of tournaments that are not like that. The Michigan Department of Corrections, they have their employee day, if you will, up here in a golf tournament. So not all of them are charity scrambles, but for the most part they are. And then we've got a few events of our own, the 2-person scramble in the spring, and of course our Snowball Open in the fall here is kind of our big event.
Yeah, talk about the Snowball Open for a minute. I'm like, I got to get up there again. What is that, like a tough man princess kind of deal?
Yes, that is a tough man. We even have some small cups out there on some of the holes, the little bitty cups that's just big enough for a golf ball to fit in. It's a lot of fun. Again, play the tips there, tip it out. It's as hard as it can be. I'll go pick the pins and put them on the most ridiculous slopes and things that I can find. Make it hard. It's a fun event, 2-day event. We flight it after the first day, so it's pretty neat. The weather's the big kicker there. We play that event, rain or shine. So there's been years it's 45 and raining sideways and tough as it can be. And other years we've got lucky and had some decent weathers and some decent scores.
Yeah, I doubt you've had snow there, but it would be a potential first weekend in October.
Yeah, we actually used to have this event closer to the middle of October, and it in the past we absolutely had some snow. Nothing that stuck, obviously, but we were playing golf in the snow there more than once. But we moved it up a week there. It's in that first weekend of October now, just to give us a little bit better chance at some decent weather there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the golf season comes to a screeching halt sometimes, especially in the UP.
Yeah.
Tell our viewers, our listeners, a little bit, Matt, about getting a great package at Bay Mills. I mean, I know they're working on new lodging, but the original hotel, they just renovated a couple years ago. You've got some great dining options.
Yep. Yeah, we do stay and play packages. They don't do them on the weekends at the moment. The hotel just stays so full, stays booked out, so I don't really have rooms for them. But that's we've got the tee times. It's not that we can't. It's not that you can't come and stay and play on the weekends here. It's just we don't do a package deal for that. But we got a pretty good group rate as well as our twilight rate after 2:00 drops to $50.
Wow.
So if you work around that a little bit, you can sometimes actually get a better deal than our package depending on the time of day you play, or if you have a lot of players. If you got 20 plus, you'll also get that 50 player or $50 group rate.
Yeah, and after 2 p.m., especially now, you got no problem getting 18 in.
Oh yeah, up here midsummer. I mean, you can golf 9:30 at least. Yeah, sometimes 10 o'clock if it's not cloudy out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can easily as late as say 4:30, you can get in 18 here.
The other thing I haven't talked about, and it seems to be getting bigger and bigger all the time, is the RV park that you have there, and that's become kind of a thing. Guys RVing all over golf courses, especially in the UP.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of good country up here for that. They actually just built an additional RV park on down the road there. It's right on the water, right on the lake.
Really?
So, yeah, it's a smaller one. They don't have as many slots there, but it's very nice. They just finished construction on that back in May. I think that opened up Memorial Day weekend. So.
Yeah, I believe it. For those that are putting together like a little UP golf trip, how far are you guys from Marquette? Because I know I sent a couple guys there. They played your place and then took the trek and played Gray Walls.
Yeah, we're right around. I believe it's about 2.5, somewhere
Yeah.
between 2 and 2.5 over there. So not too far.
No, that's talk about a great combo. You got
Yeah,
one.
Those are good tracks.
Yeah, you guys are always consistently ranked right below them as the best golf course in the UP. And have you played Great Walls?
I've not made it over there. No.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to throw you in the back of the truck, and we'll drive
Yeah,
over here together.
yeah, do it. Kidnap me over there. I've heard it's a really good track.
Yeah, it's worthwhile, but they don't have quite the same views as you. It's cut out of the woods, but it's well worth playing. I'm just making reference to that because there's some really nice golf courses in the UP. Other than that, Gray Walls always shows up on the top 10 list in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would put you guys up against anything there. One last question. I think I asked you this last year. You do give lessons.
Yeah, sure do. We got a couple people here that do that. Individual lessons, do package lessons. We actually brought back the junior camp this year, which was
oh, really?
Nice success. Yeah, we haven't done that in a lot of years through COVID and all that. We just never picked it back up. But we finally got that back cooking. Actually, just finished that last week. Had a 4-day camp there, 2 hours a day, and had a little tournament action at the end there. It was pretty neat. Had a good turnout.
Awesome. Hey, I got to imagine you're getting a big increase in ladies golf trips coming up.
Yeah, we sure are. That's good to see. They, especially shop sales. They sell a lot of stuff in the pro shop there with them. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. Not even just groups, just foursomes, local ladies that are getting together and playing golf, and that's great to see.
Yeah, no, I like. I know a lot of gals that like to hit it during the day and then pull those slot levers at night.
Absolutely, that's what keeps us going here.
Matt, how do people get in touch with you? Go ahead and book those packages that we've been talking about.
Best to just call the golf shop, and then we can actually call over the hotel and kind of check the room availability for them. So best just call us directly. 906-248-5860 is our direct number there. And if they want, they can always call the main hotel line to check on rooms first. But again, we can do that for them if they just want to give us a call.
Yeah, we mentioned the Snowball Open, which is the first weekend in October. You guys shut after the second weekend in October. Is that a hard shut now?
Yeah, I shouldn't say a hard shut. It's always it always just ends up being that. We'll go one more week after the Snowball, and it's funny, every late September you look at the forecast and that might hold out for a little while, and then it just somehow never does. You get to October 15th and it's done. But if we do catch a nice stretch where it's still warm, we'll go past that date. So it's not a fixed date, but again, just kind of seems to work out that way every year.
Well, Matt, thanks for taking the time out. I know you were super busy
My
yesterday
pleasure.
and wanted to get you guys on Finding Fairways. You've always been a great partner. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we will be. That's going to do it for us here on Finding Fairways. Find a fairway of your own, stick a peg in the ground, and pound it down the middle, like on number 1 at Wild Bluffs in
That's
Brimley.
right.
We'll be
Hit it
back with you
straight.
next week here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY.